going on, Powerhouse Action Sports? It's probably your third or fourth favorite strongman, Bryan Benzel, on my way to Indiana for Giants Live USA. Just in the car, leaving. Been driving for like 10 minutes. And just want to talk about my training leading up to this contest a little bit. And I'd say a pretty good metaphor for my training was the conversation that Chelsea and I were just having, because I'm wearing some Nike slides, and I asked her if she put my bag in the car because it has my actual shoes in it, and how funny it'd be to show up at the contest and not even have shoes. And I think that applies to my training for the contest in general, because I feel like I guess like the technical skills are there, but my training's been absolute shit, so I have no fucking idea how I feel about anything. Like the one or two times that I actually got up to like close to contest weight for training things, they felt good. But I had some weird ass thing pop up in my calf that fucked my right knee up for like a month. So I basically just decided to do some yoke one day and see how that felt, and it didn't make it worse, so I figured might as well just keep trying stuff. And it's slowly gotten better. It's better now. Probably not 100%, but a couple weeks before that I had a double ear infection and strep throat, and this is all within like 10 weeks out from the contest. So I've had maybe like 3 or 4 good weeks of training. And right before I got the ear infection and strep throat, my dog died. She ended up getting cancer like over the weekend, and I had to put her down. And I probably got the ear infection and strep throat from crying so much for a couple days. And then on top of that, Chelsea and I were just in New York, like, I don't know, 4 days ago for a wedding. So it's just like, it's a lot of travel, like just a lot going on. I guess the wedding fell probably at a good time, that at least it's like a deload week and I wasn't really doing anything anyway, so that's alright, but it's just a lot of travel. And so we're driving to Indianapolis, or Martinsville, because I honestly didn't know if I was going to do the contest until a couple weeks ago, and at that point I just decided I might as well do it. And airline tickets were like $750 for a ticket, so I decided it was probably wiser just to make the 9-hour drive. So we're driving part way tonight, and then the rest of the way tomorrow. Yeah, otherwise not a whole lot else going on right now. So we're like 4.5 hours into the drive, and just stopped and ate with one of Chelsea's old co-workers, and I got some cheesecake to go, but they didn't give me any silverware, so I'm just holding it and dunking it in the cream, whatever this is. So you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, so it's competition day, just got here. Typical show up and expect to just hang out and do nothing for a while, and barely set my stuff down, and everybody was setting their yoke height, so there's nothing like barely waking up and picking up a 1,000-pound yoke just because. So that was fun. I'm standing next to the car deadlift frame we have to use, and not real excited about that with the handle width and pick height. So in general right now, just kind of bitching about all the events. I'm sure they'll all go fine, but it is what it is. Everybody's in the same boat too, so we have about 2 hours to kill, so I'm not really sure what exactly we're doing now, but yeah, probably just gonna go relax, try to drink as much as possible because I'm super thirsty right now, so that's probably not a good sign to start the day. and get ready to go. All right, so it's the day after Giants Life USA. Headed home, so in the car again. Feels like that's all we've done. The last 4 days is drive. I'd say the contest didn't go how I wanted it to. That would probably be too much of an understatement. I honestly felt like I should have easily been able to hit like a 200 kilo axle, which looking at how things came out points wise, would have tied me for first on that event. And if I would have done that, would have actually finished with more points on that event than I did in the entire contest, the way things ended up. But shit just doesn't always go as planned or right or whatever. More times than not it doesn't, so it's probably good just to not be the type of person that puts too much stock in things going exactly as you planned. What happened is on my second attempt on axle, I think it was 185 kilos, so like 368 pounds. I cleaned it, and on the second pull of the clean, so when I caught the clean like in the rack position, as soon as I caught it and the weight kind of came down on me, I felt something pop, like I tore something like in my groin or adductor, and dropped it and walked off because at a certain point you kind of know your body, and like I knew it wasn't just like something that felt kind of weird, so I wasn't gonna be able to probably pick it up and clean it again, even if I would have kind of been like out of it mentally. So that alone kind of totally fucked me for points for the entire day. But then after that I did end up tearing something like really high up in my groin, or like one of the adductor muscles high up. Not totally sure. And it's almost more frustrating. Like I'd almost rather have like a more catastrophic injury that like it happens, you're done, like that, it is what it is, than like something like this, because it was painful, and I couldn't deadlift at all with it. I tried to pick up 245 warming up and couldn't even get in position to pull the bar, let alone actually pick it up. So I zeroed the car deadlift because I couldn't do it. And then the other events, like literally limped through. I picked up the farmer's handles just to see if I could walk with them. I could, and ended up making it like 45 feet or something. It was for max distance, and honestly the grip, everything felt fine. So I ended up picking the farmers up just to see how they felt, and I could walk with them, so I did. Only made it about 45 feet. Like grip and whatnot wasn't an issue, which you'd hope not, but it was also, they changed the event from basically a normal farmer walk to max distance, to kind of, I think, to give Mark Felix a chance to break the world record on it. So making it 45 feet didn't do a whole lot for me. And honestly, I took one step and it felt off, so I was just done. It was worth to try to keep competing, but it wasn't worth pushing anything to the point that I actually like really injured something badly. Next event was car deadlift, didn't do it. Event after that was yoke, and kind of felt the same as I did about farmer's walk. I basically just picked it up to see how it would feel. walked a little ways, took a couple of steps, it just fell off, and then kind of like tweaked my adductor or whatever it is again on one step, and called it. So I don't know, I probably made it like 25 feet out of the 100 of that at that point, so wasn't probably even worth really doing. And then the last event was Atlas Stones, and I figured I'd probably be able to do those, and I did finish the series. It was probably close to double the amount of time it should have taken me to finish the series. I mean, it was the exact same stone series last year, and I finished in like 25 seconds, and I barely finished in a minute just because I was super hesitant with my leg. And then on top of that, I made a really stupid mistake myself and used the wrong tacky, so the stone was just slipping all over the place. But overall, just, I mean, it kind of is what it is, like, not really happy with it, but kind of just gotta take it for what it is and move on. There definitely was some new faces there, that guys that did really well, some that probably kind of expected it, some that people were probably a little surprised about. And then you got like Kevin Ferris that last year I think got third place. He got second place again this year, so he's one of the smaller guys out competing and just kicking ass. Mark Felix had, between the farmer's walk and the car deadlift, had a couple of really good events for him, and that ended up being able to boost him into third place. And then Evan Singleton won the contest. So those guys are going to Worlds. I think a couple other people are probably going to get invited to the Giant Size World Finals out of the contest. Yeah, I'm basically heading home and trying to figure out where I'm going to compete next, and just get this injury sorted out and move on.